Hi, I'm Troy Wright. I'm the Branch Assistant Secretary for the CPSU. I've been asked to record just a short video, if you've got the time, just to update all our members in the disability sector about a few things that have been happening at this end and a few things that are happening, more importantly, for you industrially over the next few months. The first thing I just wanted to quickly touch on is our union has, as you know, and if you've been involved with us for long enough, constantly campaigned against the privatisation of ADIC. We have constantly raised a service concern that there will be people that slip through cracks, there's a need for a public safety net, and there's no way the private sector would be able to do anywhere close to the job ADIC's done. It's really disappointing to be reporting already, in a sense, that we told you so to government, because it's exactly what's happening now. Less than 2 years for most organisations that have picked up public sector work, but for some that are approaching that 2-year mark, they're quickly withdrawing. In the last month, we have received notice, for many of you that are probably watching this video, that the Benevolent Society, which took up the clinical support team's work, they have withdrawn services, or announced they're about to withdraw as soon as the guarantee expires in August, from about 9 regional centres. And they are also dropping some of the functions that the CSTs did very, very well, such as case management. We've also received notice that Australian Unity, an enormous organisation that provides aged and other services to the community, has found that it can't provide the service that the Home Care Service of New South Wales used to provide to people with a disability. So it's withdrawing from that market. And thirdly, we've also got ongoing instability with Hunter Valley Disability Services and the Mid-North Coast Disability Services conglomerates, which, as we know, were sort of smaller organisations pushed together for a tendering purpose. In the Benevolent Society example and Australia Unity example, it's telling us two things that we've always said. There isn't the money in the NDIS, it's not properly packaged, it's not properly structured. And these are private sector organisations effectively making a commercial decision. And what we have always said, and will continue to say, and we said it only a couple of weeks ago when we met with the new Minister for Disability Service, Gareth Ward, is that these aren't decisions that should be made on commercial interests. We respect they're being made on commercial interests. They can't meet costs. But these things shouldn't be mucked around. They should never have been mucked around with. So we'll continue to advocate in that space. There are going to be continued gaps emerging, and there's going to be continuing to have services lost. And I don't want to be in the game of saying I told you so to politicians or I told you so to the media, but it's the sad reality of where we are. The second issue that we wanted to talk to you about today is more directly related to your employment, and that's in regard to enterprise bargaining. Several of the organisations that picked up clumps of group homes or regions of group homes, such as Northcott and House and No Steps, they're moving towards that expiry of the 2-year employment guarantee, and with that becomes the opportunity for them to enterprise bargain. We are your union, we will be your union, we will negotiate, or we will take part in enterprise bargaining for you as your union. We are aware there are some other unions that are in that space with some of the employers as well. They will be at the table with us, but we will be there fighting for you. Okay, I can't be clearer about that. We will not be abandoning the space, and most importantly, we will not be giving up your employment conditions. Some of the employers already have enterprise agreements with their other workforce. Those enterprise agreements weren't made with us, they were made with other unions. This time it'll have us at the table as well. And I can guarantee you that we will not be giving up the very, very hard fought for conditions that you have now. And they include things like your rostering principles, your salary rates, and your leave allowances. They are absolutely crucial that you maintain these, and we're going to be at the enterprise bargaining table fighting for you to make sure we do. To do that, we've only asked one thing: we've got to stick together. Okay, as one union, our strength comes from your involvement and your membership. Again, I'm sure you do it all the time. If you have non-members at your workplace, encourage them to join, because the bigger we are, the stronger we are, the better outcomes we can get at enterprise bargaining. It's as simple as that. We'll keep you informed when it starts and how it's rolling when it does start, but right now, I'm just asking to remember, enterprise bargaining's coming down the barrel one day. Maybe months, maybe years, but we'll be at the table for you. The last thing I quickly want to touch on is the state government announced only last week they are intending to install an Ageing and Disability Commissioner. The CPSU has been down and made submissions to Parliament about this to point out that we think an Ageing Disability Commissioner is a great idea, but it's got to have broad-ranging powers. All they're asking for it at the moment is to investigate incidents of abuse and neglect. We're saying, whoa, the sector's got way bigger issues than just, as serious as abuse and neglect is, way broader issues than just abuse and neglect of people with a disability and older Australians. We want it to be looking at all of the stuff that you're pushing up against every day, the service gaps, the funding debacles, the challenges people have in accessing appropriate care, the challenges you have in your employment. All of those issues should be in the ambit of that office, and we've already gone down to Parliament only last Friday, and we're continuing to argue for that. So, look, there are a couple of developments that have happened in the last month. I hope you find them interesting. My basic message is we are continuing to work for the disability sector and will continue to do so. Thank you if you're a member for your support, and I hope that we're providing that support back to you because we certainly intend to. Thanks.